Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a 6-star rank to Awakened Mephisto. We're gonna be taking him out for a spin on the Cavalier monthly event quest here. We're in the Craven quest, and Mephisto is kind of one of those champions that for the longest time I think he was one of my first 6 stars, and I just kind of was forced to use him, I guess, just because he was a 6 star, and I kind of just needed people to, I guess, 100% Act 5 at the time, and that feels like such a long time ago. But just recently did I take him up to rank 2, and Mephisto is just kind of one of those champions where I don't know. I just wanted to rank him up just for, just for memory's sake. I used this guy so much in the 100% Act 5 when I did that, such a like what is it, like 2 years now? I remember I used him against the Mephisto boss, which was I think in chapter 1, I think. And I just used Mephisto against Mephisto because he's immune to his own aura of incineration. But Mephisto's just always kind of been one of those fun champions I kind of like taking out for a spin every once in a while. I always just had him at rank 1 because I never actually considered ranking him up. But now, you know, I was like, you know, Mephisto, it's time to come up. I don't think I'm going to be rank 3ing him anytime soon. I am Thronebreaker, since last video that I've uploaded was, I think, like 4 months ago. I was a little bit of a Cavalier gamer, but now we are Thronebreaker. We took our new 6-star Archangel Awakened to rank 3 to finally get that Cavalier status, or Thronebreaker status rather. But I just kind of wanted to take out Mephisto for a spin. He does have full synergies here, so if I can recall off the top of my head, one synergy that I always would have, if any synergies, was the one with Symbiote Supreme, that being he has like a 15% chance to gain Aura of Incineration off basic attacks, which is pretty good. You get a little bit of power gain, you also get a little bit of damage that you can get, hit the opponent with. The main synergy I think that you really want to use with Mephisto is the synergy with Doctor Strange and Ghost Rider. That being, he gains like 80% energy damage, or like plus 70% energy damage. I don't know if it's with Strange or not, but it's with, I think it might be with Dormammu, but he just gains 70% or like up to like 80% like incinerate damage, which like completely changes the character because he goes from just kind of moderately, moderate damage off the aura of incineration to just like, as you can see, like 1,000 damage per tick. So, and that's just off one aura of incineration. So if you get up to like 3 of them, which you can get with the Symbiote Supreme synergy, it's kind of nutty. So the thing is that I don't really have a high like star variety of Dormammu, if that's even the synergy that I'm thinking of correctly. But I do have a 6-star awakened Doctor Strange. I completely whiffed that intercept. All right. Let's just hope that those parry stun stick. Alright, in this fight, we're going to be using our special 3 so we can power drain this guy, because I do not want to deal with his specials. So, what Mephisto... Okay, well, I thought I could just outrange that, but I just got walloped in the face. Alright, let's just do this. Alright, off his special 3 here, if the opponent has more than 2 bars, if not 2 bars of power, then you power drain all of that, and you gain an indefinite aura of incineration, so you have constant power gain, which is also pretty good with the synergies that I have. I do not know the nodes on these fights, so I think they might have limber. But as you can see here, 4 aura of incinerations, we're doing 8,000 damage per tick. That's just because of the Cavalier event quest nodes helping us out with the damage there. 9k off on the aura incineration. I would love if that was just on the base of Mephisto, to be honest with you. But hey, the thing is Mephisto doesn't necessarily need to be awakened. when he first came out, I guess when people would put him on defense, it was kind of a thing because his awakened ability, when he blocks attacks, he has a chance to gain the R of Incineration. On well-timed blocks, I think it's like multiplied by like 2 or something like that. Let's take a look. Take a look at my boys. I only have him at Sig 20 because, as you know, I'm not going to pump Sigs into Mephisto. Mephisto burns with anger, having an 8.59% chance to activate his R of Incineration for 5 seconds, and 120% of the above chance on well-timed blocks. So he just gets it whenever he gets hit, I think. So that's pretty good. You don't get it often, but when you do, it's kind of nice. You get a little bit of power gain. You get a little bit of damage. I think the thing is that I didn't consider is that he is actually immune to ability accuracy modifications. So he's like immune to dominoes, like ability accuracy reduction and stuff like that. I didn't actually know that. I guess I'm learning here. I guess I'm learning new things with you guys as well. I guess that's actually pretty good. I guess he doesn't necessarily need to be awakened, but I guess it's a nice thing to have. The main thing, the one thing that I really like to do with Mephisto is when you kind of run out of souls, when you kind of die, you're okay. Well, let's try not to do it in this fight. But when you lose all your souls, because when you get to, I think it's 20% health, then you start using your souls that you have, and you gain like on a rank 2 6-star Mephisto, I gain like what 3,000 health per soul, which is pretty good. And you start off with 3 souls when you start into a quest, so you can get up to like if I die, like if I mess up pretty badly and I get down to 20%, then I get like 9,000 health on top of you know when I'm that low. The thing is that his special one uses a soul to apply the soul imprisonment that applies at the start of the fight, and that prevents any buffs from triggering on the opponent, which is pretty good. It stops like armor ups and stuff like that off like certain characters, like off the top of my head, like Warlock. Just a lot of one specific character that I find Mephisto just kind of fun to take care of is like Hyperions. He's definitely not the best. You definitely want to bring like a Doom or a Symbiote Supreme. Um, I think like Mephisto is just kind of one of those champions that he there's just other characters that can do what he does better. But he's just kind of a fun character just to play all around. So in this fight, we're just gonna be like I don't know how long the soul imprisonment actually lasts, but maybe like 20 seconds. Could look in his abilities, but as you can see, we got the R of Incineration from blocking Groot's attacks. We're gaining the R of Incineration just from attacking in on him. It's just kind of nice. You get a little bit of power gain. It's always nice. I don't know. I kind of like his special one or special two rather. Let's show off the special one here. So it applies like a bunch, like up to 3 incinerates, and you get the soul imprisonment at the cost of 1 of your souls. Which I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. I don't think that's worth it. In most scenarios, you kind of want to keep those souls because that's just more health gained when you kind of mess up. I kind of just played Mephisto whenever there's any Incinerate matchups because for the longest time I definitely did not have a Sunspot that I could use against like Incinerate matchups like Mephisto or just any matchup. Or I think I used him also with 6.2 Sinister's chapter because you gain like an Incinerate if you do too much damage off your crits. So he was kind of fun for that. He takes absolutely no damage from incinerates, which is really, really good. And when he gets an incinerate applied to him, it acts like one of his aura of incinerations where he gains power. And also because he takes no damage and it's still a debuff on him, he gets willpower healing. So that's also something that's really good. It's just kind of fun to mow down these fights in the Cavalier event quest here. We're going to go, I want to do a damage comparison between both with full synergies and no synergies because there is a stark difference between a fully synergized Mephisto and no synergies. because it just tanks his Aura of Incineration damage, and you just don't get it as often. You only get it off the special 2, and if you block and or parry like the opponent's attacks. So we also have the champion here because the champion gives 15% attack per soul on Mephisto, which is also pretty good, jacking up our damage. And that helps with the Aura of Incineration damage. It's so nice off this. Like if this was Mephisto normally, like I would rank through this guy in a heartbeat. But as you can see, we went down to about 30% health, and we just regened all the way to 75%. You absolutely love to see it. Throw off a special 2 here. Special 2 gives, I think, a 10-second about. I don't want this guy to throw. Okay, good. If Psycho Man here threw his special 2 when he was in the blue mode, then he would have went unblockable. I don't know why I got heavy attack. I love the inputs in this game. You absolutely love to see it. Come on. 12 armor ups, light work. Absolute light work. Actually, so I think from throwing this special 3, we're going to give him enough power to be over 2 bars, and then we're going to power drain him. Because he wasn't at 2 bars, but we're going to give him power because we threw the special 3. Okay, well, that didn't work how I thought it would. I guess I'm a little bit rusty on the Mephisto because I've not played him in such a long time. But as you can see, absolutely rolled. But I just like the safety of Mephisto. The safety of when you get to like such a low percentage of health, if you mess up a little bit, then you have those souls that you can take advantage of and you get like a little burst of health. You also take no damage when you're converting the souls into health, which is also pretty good. So if you're getting hit by like a really thick like degen or DOT like damage over time, then the souls can really save you because you can finish up a fight before you die. So that's always pretty good. It's really nice to just have characters like that that are just really safe to play. So let's go into Realm of Legends here. This is going to be a little bit of a longer showcase video just because I want to do a little bit of a damage comparison. I'm not necessarily going to go 100% beat Winter Soldier here. We're going to just, let's get him to 50% health because I don't want to go through an entirely unsynergized Mephisto with no health or with no synergies because that is going to be an absolute slog and I do not want to deal with that. You guys will understand what I mean when we get there, but with full synergies, we're going to gain Aura of Incinerations every once in a while. We're doing 700 damage per tick off 1 Aura of Incineration, which is really, really good. So we're going to get up to our special 3 here. We're going to try to power drain 2 bars of power, gain that infinite Aura of Incineration. And another thing to consider is that you only get that power drain once. You can only power drain the opponent with a special 3 once. So you always have to make sure that you take full advantage of it. I'm trying to not have Winter Soldier throw a special 1. Can you not throw that, bud? There we go. Let's hope that, okay, we got him 2 bars. We're going to power drain him. So you can only use it once, so you have to use it like, you have to use it when they get to 2 bars, because if you don't take advantage of it, then you just power drain them and you don't gain the aura and you can never get it. So then we gain that infinite aura of incineration. We get that constant 700 damage passively when we're near him. And we also gain that power again as well, which is always pretty nice. So we're gonna and then when you get that aura of incineration, you just start cycling special 2s and you win the video game. I wouldn't say he's also immune to poison, so I don't know if he's really something to consider with suicides. Just because you're throwing so many special attacks, I guess. But I mean, you do have the healing, but I don't think that would counteract it. Let's see. We didn't get any Aura of Incinerations from blocking those attacks, but we did get some good luck here. 5 Aura of Incinerations. We got 3,500 attack off those. You'll love to see it. 2k damage off that. You know, I just like seeing the red numbers, to be honest with you. And cycling specials, I love characters where I can just cycle specials. And Mephisto's just kind of one of those characters. You know what? We're going to go all the way. We kind of have a good run going here. We're gonna go all the way. We're gonna beat Winter Soldier all the way down. Leave a comment down below what you think about Mephisto. Mephisto is just kind of like, it's like another character that I'd say Mephisto is to me is like Sentinel. Sentinel is not one of like the super top tier champions, but he's just kind of fun to play. So I like him, and I'm just at a point now where it's like I've done completion of like all the way till Act 7.3 and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of like ranking champions for fun. I mean, Mephisto might come in use one time, sometime. He is poison immune and incinerate immune, so I do use him sometimes for freezer burn paths because he is also cold snap immune. So he's just straight up immune to that node, and he gains power because the incinerates that freezer burn gives to you. Just feed him power, and this should close up the fight here. When we take off the synergies here with Mephisto, you'll understand what I mean. So let's keep in mind, every aura of incineration was doing 7,000, that would be crazy, 716 damage. Now, when we take off all the synergies and everything like that, we won't be gaining aura of incinerations off basic attacks. Our aura of incineration damage will be decreased. We also won't be gaining any any attack off these souls. So just to show you guys, so Mephisto here with the champion, 15% attack rating for every persistent charge. Right here we have Mephisto gains 15% chance to trigger the Aura of Incineration on basic attacks. We have Mephisto starts with 1 soul at the beginning of the fight, which is also pretty good. It helps him ramp up his souls a lot quicker because he has a max of 6. So I think when you go all the way down below around 30%, you gain like a full heal almost, which is pretty good when you have 6 souls. So when we take off all these, if it will allow me. Alright. So we're going to take all these off. You know, it is nice to see Mephisto with such a high PI. We have absolutely no boosts on or anything. Just a freshly awakened 6-star rank 2 Mephisto here. And let's see what we can do here. So the biggest thing I think we're going to notice immediately is that it's Aura of Incineration that we won't be getting as frequently, and also it just won't be doing as much damage. So hopefully we can get a couple off parries so we don't have to go for special 2s to see it. We are also doing just less damage in general because off our basic hits because we don't have the synergy with the champion. Alright. And as you can see, we're doing 271 damage off every Aura of Incineration. Literally like divided, like literally like a third of the damage that we were doing previously. Get that? Alright, we have our now infinite Aura of Incineration. So it's literally just a very toned down version of what the Mephisto that we were playing with earlier. I did not check out the amount of hits that the other fight took, but I think we can just judge it by how long the fight is already going on. So if I recall, we were doing like 1,300 damage off our medium attacks, and now we're only doing 800. Our R2, what was it? It used to do over 1,000 damage off 2 Aura of Incinerations, but now we're only doing 500. This damage off the 6-star rank 2 is what I'd imagine off like a 5-star rank 3. Like this is what I'd imagine like from a 5-star rank 3 like champion. It's just not that good. He has utility, I'll give him that. That's why I used him for such a long time. And then I got, you know, my top champions that I have now, like Ghost and stuff like that, where I literally just do not need to worry about anything. But you know what? I'll give Mephisto that he's pretty fun to just spam his special attacks. Ooh, we have 3 Aura of Incinerations, 800 damage. Let's go. We're 100 hits in. And we're only down 30%. I don't know where we were when we were 100 hits deep in the other fight, but we definitely, I think we're farther than this. Like, our damage is so significantly decreased. But I mean, Mephisto is like a couple years old, if I do remember correctly. He is a couple years old, so his damage is kind of outdated. I don't know if he even really had good damage back in the day, but I'm gonna go off the strategy of trying to parry the projectiles just to like gain more Aura of Incineration, to hope that we can trigger it every once in a while. I guess we won't be using the souls. So one thing I really like to do is that the damage off the special one incinerates aren't too bad. That might be only with synergies because he does have increased damage. Um, Another thing to consider, another thing to like you would consider with like a lot of champions is that their hit counter might be inflated because of the amount of hits, but we aren't like his special attacks don't really have a lot of hits. Uh, maybe maybe it might be a little bit inflated, but it's not like Penny Parker's special 2 type of inflated or like a Modoc, not Modoc, what's his face? Mojo's special 1. Try to intercept here. It's not bad. It's not bad damage off the special 1. We gain that soul imprisonment. I always like to use especially when I have no souls. I always like to use spam special 1s just because it does a little bit more damage, I think, and it just has more mileage just because you can throw 2 of those for the price of 1 special 2 instead. So I don't know. I'm just gonna finish this fight just to see how many hits, and you guys in the comments can like I'll have to relook through the footage just to check how much hits the both fights took. But ooh, whoa, we got 5 of them here. Hold on, now we're doing over 1,000 damage. It only took 5 Aura of Incinerations to get. See, sometimes you can get lucky when you block like a Winter Soldier special too, and you get like a bunch of Aura of Incinerations. But it's always nice to just have a character that can just have their power meters shoot up. He doesn't really do much other than just wow, fire damage from once you use the special 3 utility, then it's just kind of like, oh, you're poison immune and you have incinerate immunity. You can also, for a limited time, control like stop the opponent from having any buffs, which right now I can't like I'm not thinking of super. There's definitely really good uses for it, but they're not really coming to me right now. Just kind of flying over my head. But as you can see, without synergies, Mephisto is just kind of a very meh. We're at 100 hits again. Let's try to spam special 1s here. That's one thing we didn't take advantage of when we were using full synergies, is the damage would be way more increased because he would be doing way more energy damage. So hopefully this special 2 can take him out. And there we go. So how many hits was this, Mephisto? Ah, yes, a 6-star rank 2. No synergies, I guess, but 352 hits. Oh, that's really bad. That is really bad. But Mephisto isn't. I ranking on Mephisto, I knew without, especially without synergies, that he wouldn't be the best damage dealer. He's just gonna be quirky to use every once in a while, especially for the monthly event quests. If they keep those nodes, he's pretty fun for those. But that's just gonna be it for this video, guys. Leave a comment down below what you think of Mephisto, where you would place him on like any tier list. But that's just going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did make it all the way to the end of the video here, I really do appreciate you. I hope you did enjoy, and if you did, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys.